everybody? Nick Novak, Hidden Spring Ranch. Welcome back. Today we're just gonna do a little odds and ends chores this morning. I started my fencing project yesterday, so we're gonna pound a few T-posts in the ground and go do that. So first things first, we're gonna go get these bottle calves fed, and then we will grain the wean calves. These calves are starting to look good, staying full. Get the alfalfa, the brome hay. They're really starting to take off. Now we're gonna get that little calf in the barn outside. I've been putting her up since she's so little. Just being outside in the cold, I can put her inside, so there's no reason not to. But we'll bring her outside real quick, and we'll run to the Jeep and start putting a few T-posts in. So I kind of have to manhandle that calf and put her in her own pen, just because she loves sucking on this one, and with it being a little bit cold, I don't like them sucking on each other. These two will do it a little bit, but not bad. And see her, she's chewing on some grain right now. Like to see that. Anyways, we're gonna run, put a few T-posts in. I'm doing it by myself. Gotta do it by hand, but there's only like 80 and the ground's pretty soft, so we'll try it, see if we can't get them in. If not, I'll just have one of my old college buddies that lives probably 30 miles away come down someday and help me put them in with the Bobcat. But if I can save the money, I'll do it myself. So go do that, put a few in until we get tired. Once we get tired, we'll go turn the water on for the big herd out there on the big pasture, and then come back, put a few more in, and probably come eat breakfast with the girls. So stay tuned. Okay, so I just got out here to where we're putting this fence up. As you can probably see, I got T-posts lined up. I strung the wire already. We're kind of what my plan is, kind of give you guys a reference. So over here is what we call the hidden spring pasture. That spring underneath the ground runs through here. It's right in the middle between our yearling pasture over here and our 60-acre pasture up there by the house. And so kind of my plan with this fence is, I got a lot of old used T-posts, like I said in the last video, that are really good and straight. I mean, as you can see, still a good T-post. So we're gonna put these old T-posts in, 4 T-posts to 1 wood post, and I have a bunch of old hedge posts that I'm gonna go get, I think, tomorrow after church. And we'll put 1 hedge post between 4 T-posts, 10-foot spacing. I thought about doing 3 to 1, but I'm gonna do a little bit closer spacing since they are older T-posts, and put a nice big hedge post in between them. And then it'll be a 4-wire fence, because it's an internal fence. For me, you know, I love 5-wire fences, but for my perimeter, a 5-wire fence is a no-brainer. But an interior fence here, if I happen to have a yearling from this side hop in to this side over here, not that big of a deal. I'll just push it across, which that shouldn't happen technically. So since I'm by myself, kind of what my plan is I've came about 30% of the way, and it's a pretty straight path. I'm gonna put a T-post in about 30% here, put one right here, and I can still see the front T-post where we're starting. I'll stretch the wire from here to there so it's tight. Then I'll start putting 4 T-posts in at a time, and then I will level them and get them back in a straight line. And so for me, if I just work in little chunks all the way down, it's easier than me trying to go look all the way down the line, which basically impossible. A little backstory too about me is I built pasture fence as my full-time job. I had a little company for 2.5 years once I got out of college, and I had to stop that because I couldn't find enough help. People weren't taking pride in their work, and I didn't like doing my job 6 different times to redo people's jobs that I had working for me. So anyways, I quit doing that, started doing real estate, bought this farm, started ranching full-time. So God's really looked out for me in that, because I didn't love building fence, but it was something that paid the bills and still got me outside and got to meet a lot of good people doing it. So anyways, I'll set a T-post here. We'll stretch this wire up real quick and start putting in a few T-posts. So what I'm doing here is I put a stretcher on it. I'm going to put it around this T-post, and I'll crank this lever and it'll make that wire tight. That should do it. So as you can see, this wire is pretty tight. What I like to do, since I'm not doing such long strips, it's easy to lift it up about 10% down the way, and it'll lift it up in the air to where it goes completely straight. Completely straight line. So now, since I have this marker post, I'll go down to the very beginning and we'll set 4 T-posts, pound all 4 in, and then I'll level them with a level. And then after that, it's pretty simple. I go back to the very first post, look down the line. It should be pretty close to a straight line. And if it's a straight line, I don't touch the T-post, but if it's off just a little bit, I'll walk up, pull the T-post, and get her straight. So like I said, it's a little easier with 2 people, because one person can be standing behind it, so to speak, looking down it, saying push, pull, whatever. But I'm by myself, trying to save money, do it myself. I have time today, and I'm not in a big rush to get this done. So if it takes me, you know, 2 or 3 weeks to fully finish the whole fence, that's fine. I'm fine with that. So we'll run up to the very beginning and start putting those T-posts in. So as you can see, I put 3 of them in less than a minute. We had 1.5 inches of rain oh, 2 weeks ago. So the ground's pretty soft. So, see if I can't show you this real quick. So you can see, T-posts are off a little bit, which is fine. So I'm not gonna get them in exactly straight. So we'll level them, re-look down the line, get her straight, put the next 4 in. All right, y'all, it's about 20 minutes later. I got them in there. I've got 15 in so far. See if I can't show you guys the line I've got. It's pretty straight. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but she's straight so far, so fingers crossed it keeps going. I think I'm going to put these last 8 T-posts in to where I stretched it at. And then after I get done with that, those 8, I'm gonna run over to the big pasture, turn the water on and whatnot, make sure they're doing good. So I'm gonna put these last 8 in. I think I'm gonna end the video here, just because I left the GoPro on. It was running for like 20 minutes, so that was good. And now it's at 6%. I need to get me another battery. Anyways, let me know if you guys want to keep watching these fencing videos. I can kind of make it a little more interesting, kind of show you better of how I'm doing it, if that makes sense. One thing I will show you too is once we get the hedge post, we'll dig holes in between all the T-posts where the hedge is going to go, and that will, then we'll tamp those, and I'll show you guys how we tamp that. So appreciate you guys. Let me know if I can show you something something else in the fencing. I know there's a lot still more to do, string and wire. I have a lot more fence to put up, digging and all that. So appreciate you guys. Like and subscribe if you made it this far. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.